Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us at the I-25 University public meeting. My name is Ryan Tafoya, and I'm the project manager. I'd like to introduce a few of our members. Trent Doolittle, who's our district engineer, but he's not with us today. Aaron Chavarria, who's our assistant district engineer. Brian Torres, who is not with us, he's our PM2. Amy Evans, who's our public information officer. Wyatt Karchner, who's with Molson and Corbin, who designed the project. Toby Villalobos, who's not with us, he's the contractor and the president of La Calerita. And Saeed Afsar, who is the project manager for La Calerita. And I'm sorry, we also have with us City Councilor District 2, Tessa Abeta. So I'm kind of going to go over the construction of the project, what's going on now, what we can expect in the next month, and then at that point I'll hand it over to Wyatt. He's going to go through a few of the pretty neat computer-generated drive-thrus of the project. So this is just an overview of what the project's going to look like. It's basically the same picture that you guys saw when you walked in. So about the construction, the project is scheduled to be completed in the summer of 2021. Regular working hours are Monday through Friday. I'm sure most of you have seen we have been working on Saturdays as well. And I'm sure the contractor is going to be working for the rest of the project on Saturdays and probably Sundays. Not all the time. Hours are 7 a.m. through 5 p.m. Once we hit summertime and the days get a little bit longer, the contractor will work a little bit longer. So this picture right here is the box extension. It's just to the east of NMSU. So this box is being extended to facilitate a on-ramp from the university to I-25 southbound. Construction began on January 2nd, 2020. Some of the activities were shifted because of the completion of the preformed wall panels. And I don't want to say delayed. They haven't really been delayed. It's just they're taking a little bit longer than what we expected. So in order for the contractor to keep going, the contractor has shifted to different phases of the project in order for the project to be still completed at our scheduled date. So completed so far is detour paving for southbound I-25, and that's the, let's see, you guys would see it if you're headed southbound. There's some detour paving that was put in there. We will complete the I-25 bridge pier. If you guys have driven on 25 underneath the University Bridge, you will have seen all of the, and I'll show you in the next slide, you'll see all the steel that's been erected. And today they started setting up the form liners to place that pier. So far, the only thing that we've had closed or kept closed is the northbound inside lane. So we will continue to try to keep everything open for you guys so it functions as normal as possible. So far, I don't think we've had any major issues. The traffic backup that you see coming into the university is the same backup that you guys have seen even before construction. So this is the pier that's being constructed right now. You guys can see all the rebar. This is the median of the northbound and southbound I-25. Also, the contractor has, and I don't know if you've seen it, built a retaining wall with concrete wall barrier, which is on the off-ramp headed southbound. The contractor is going to be working on installing storm drain near the southbound I-25 off-ramp and the southbound I-25 on-ramp. They will continue grading both the southbound and I-25 on-ramps and off-ramps. And again, this shouldn't affect the traveling public. Construction activities for February. So this is what we can expect. I don't think there's going to be, and Saeed, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys shouldn't see too much of a difference. The northbound I-25 loop ramp will remain open, and they're going to try to keep it open as long as they can, from early February through early March. We'll notify everybody or the traveling public. Has the website been working for everybody? No? Is there something that's been missing from there?
So I had a couple residents that said that they tried to ask questions.
Uh-huh.
The entry into being able to access questions, they're getting an error message instead.
Okay. So we can take a look at it and see what's wrong with it. You guys are also more than welcome to call. I think Patty has her telephone number on there. You're welcome to call me, Amy. If you guys have a question on anything, please feel free to call. Leave a message if we don't answer, and we'll get back to you. A new temporary traffic signal will be installed at the northbound I-25 off-ramp and will be functional the week of February 10th and 14th. So again, if you've traveled through University, you've probably already seen the poles being put up for the temporary signals. Temporary signals are going to be basically what's already there, so nothing's going to change. I'll hand this portion over to Wyatt.
Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Wyatt Karchner with Moles & Corbin, and I'm just going to walk you through the project a little bit before we go through the simulation, so I'm going to skip back here a little bit. So just to orient everybody with where this diagram is, so the hospital is located over here. The Pan Am Center is in this bottom corner here, and I-25 is running down the middle here. So northbound is going this way, south is this way. And so with this project, really some of the main things that we were trying to accomplish was to clear up the backup that happens on I-25 southbound into the university. And so we did that in a couple of ways. And you'll see it in the videos, and I'll explain it as we go through it. But as you're headed southbound, you will be able to exit with one lane just like you do now. And you'll have a choice to either go down to and underneath University Avenue and into this roundabout and have direct access into campus, or you can go up to University Avenue just like you do right now into a signalized intersection. So that's pretty simple and doesn't really change. Because we took this ramp underneath University Avenue, we also took the opportunity to take Traverse Drive underneath University Avenue as well. And so with that, we put in another roundabout on the north side of University Avenue to facilitate all of those movements. So if you're on Traverse and you're headed to the university, you can simply go through this one leg of the roundabout and to this signalized intersection like you do today, or you'll have the option to go through this roundabout, under this bridge, and then through into this roundabout and into campus. And I'll show you in the videos, but okay. Sorry, I'm being told I'm supposed to use something else here. So for the roundabouts themselves, they're all single lane roundabouts, so they're pretty simple to use. They're not complicated multi-lane roundabouts like you've seen like in downtown Las Cruces. So this one here, the south roundabout, does have 2 lanes for this portion here, but it's separated by a median. So there's really no interaction of traffic. There's no crossing or mixing of traffic. So if you're in this left or this far outside lane, you're just going to be able to continue through and basically bypass the roundabout altogether. As far as things that are improving on University itself, we are improving all of the signals. So there's going to be a new signal at the Don Roser Las Alturas University intersection here, a new signal here at the northbound off-ramp. And you'll notice that the northbound off-ramp, one of the movements that we've eliminated is if you're going east on University, you can't turn left to access I-25 anymore. We're going to make everybody use this loop ramp. And so that does a couple of things. First, it's safer because you're not making a left-hand turn. And then second, it really frees up this signal cycle. So right now you get up there and you have to wait for a green arrow and you beat your head on the wall wishing the arrow would turn green. And so basically that allows for more green time for traffic on University. And that's important because between Las Alturas and this northbound off-ramp, it's a pretty short distance. And so by being able to give more green time, traffic will flow better. We're putting in a new signalized intersection here at the southbound on and off ramps, and then a new signalized intersection at Travis. We're also improving the trail system, so the trail system that goes throughout the entire city is being expanded to actually connect and goes underneath the bridge and connects to Sesparo Park at NMSU. And so that's one of the enhancements that we're doing. And then we're adding bike lanes, sidewalks, pedestrian facilities to everything. And one of the important things about all of these signals is they will be synchronized. So ideally, once you hit one green, you should catch them all green, but it's not a perfect world. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through we had some 3D simulations that were done.
I have a real quick question before you.
Okay.
The roundabout that's closest to your pointer right there,
Yes, ma'am.
that looks like it has a leg that goes and has an on-ramp onto the southbound I-25?
That is correct, and I'm sorry I didn't mention that. Thank you for bringing that up. So it does have a leg that goes directly onto I-25 South. So like me, I went to the Aggie game the other day, and I came out of this parking lot, and I live in La Mesa, so I had to go up to the signal, turn, and go down. So what you'll be able to do now is actually come into the roundabout and just get right onto the interstate and have direct access to I-25 South. And that'll merge with this southbound ramp, and then you end up merging just before the geothermal grade separation.
And if we have concert-going people from El Paso, what has been improved here so that when you're coming from the south up to the north and you're trying to get over to the Pan Am, how would that happen?
So if you're coming from the south to the north, that movement doesn't really change other than this intersection is no longer backed up because of the left turns. And all of the southbound traffic should be going underneath University Avenue and directly into this roundabout. And so this intersection here should free up pretty significantly. What we've talked about in special events with NMSU police is that they would potentially close this leg of Travis during special events so that traffic on I-25 southbound would have free access around this roundabout and directly in. And so they would never have to stop. So right now, when you're coming south, you come up here and you stop because they've got the signal in a flash condition, and you wait for them to tell you what to do. And so all of that should be cleared up where this traffic coming south will just free flow in. And because of that, then this traffic that's going north won't have to deal with all of the 100,000 people or whatever it is that's trying to get in coming from the south. So it's kind of nothing directly, but indirectly there's impacts that are beneficial.
So if they go up to Loman and turn around and come back,
That's definitely a
nice way to do that.
yes, ma'am.
But not really at University, other than the intersection should be better and that'll be synchronized.
Yes, ma'am. I don't know if they'll turn it off in a special event. I can't promise you that. So I'm going to see if these will work. So this simulation, you're headed on I-25 southbound. You can kind of see the dot. So this is back towards the Missouri Bridge. And so you're headed south, and you can see you've already exited off. You'll come to this overhead sign structure, and you can see that the overhead sign is going to say University Avenue, left lane, NMSU, right lane. And so you can see this car is going to go in the left lane, so they're going to go up to University Avenue. So you can see here the split. So now they're climbing up to University Avenue. This is basically the same movement that you have right now as you're going on I-25 south. And then they're coming up to a signalized intersection at University Avenue. And again, you could turn right here and go down University if you wanted to go further down University, or you could turn left and go to the hospital, for example. This next one, this is on Travis, headed south. So you can see here's like the sleep in. So you're coming into the first roundabout. The bicycles actually have their own dedicated lane through the roundabout, so you're not dealing with roundabouts and bicycles. And then you're going to go underneath University Avenue, is what this is. And then you're going to go into the large roundabout on the south, And again, you can see it's one lane. And then as I talked about before, there is another lane of traffic over here, but you can see it's separated by a barrier, so you're never having to mix. And then this will take you directly into, say, the Pan Am Center parking lots or BCOM or something down there. This simulation is actually the movement that I was talking about earlier. So if you're coming from the parking lot and you're wanting to go south on I-25, you can simply come into the south roundabout, take that first leg. You can see the sign there that says I-25 South, and you'll get directly onto the interstate going southbound. You can see there is significant artwork, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. But you're going south, and then the traffic that's coming, if there was traffic from University Avenue that's getting on the interstate, you would merge with them at this location. And then continue into one lane before you merge into I-25 southbound traffic. Yeah, it's really long now. It goes all the way to geothermal, so it'll be a really long ramp that you can get up to speed without having to try to merge. And so this is the new movement that's being enhanced with this project. So this is I-25 southbound again. So this is the student that's going to class maybe. He's already exited onto the off-ramp. And again, here's the same overhead sign. So our previous one, they went in the left lane to go to University. This one, he's going in the right lane to go down to Travis. Then he's continuing along here. He's going to go underneath the new bridge at University Avenue. This is not a student that's late for class, obviously. And then they're entering the roundabout here. You could take this exit here and go to Travis. You could take this one and go back to University Avenue, but they're simply going around and into down to Wells Street or something like that. And so I hope those help clear things up, and we can look through those again if we need to. But I want to go through some of the other things that are on this project. Aesthetics is a huge thing that you guys have probably seen on all of the bridges in Las Cruces, and this one is no different. This one serves as kind of the gateway to Las Cruces and NMSU, and so we took that into consideration with the themes. And so you can see here, here's the I-25 bridge in University Avenue. So you can see on the bridge that actually says Las Cruces in both directions. And then as we go to the NMSU bridge, it actually says New Mexico State University. The art was actually designed by a local artist, Colette Marie, here in Las Cruces, and you can see all of her patterns, like on the walls, are larger than life, I guess you would say. So there's huge plants that are on these walls. And so it's really impressive. And so we had a presentation from the Formliners manufacturer that was building these, and they actually have artists that are sculpting each one of these panels that are getting built. So I think there's 500 and some odd panels on this project that are being built. So it's quite a process. And so probably the thing you guys are wanting to know is, what in the world do I do, and how is this going to impact me during construction? As Ryan kind of told you, what you've seen right now is probably what you're going to get for the large majority of the project. We are not planning on closing any lanes on University Avenue. We did most of that detour work before school started. I-25 southbound, we built that detour paving so that 2 lanes could be maintained. Northbound, probably in the next month, it'll be 2 lanes again. But what we're telling people to do is seek an alternate route. I mean, that's easy to do. Go somewhere else if you need to. One of the biggest things is just give yourself a little extra time. I know we're all in a hurry, and so an extra 2 or 3 minutes and you'll get through it just fine. Be aware that if there is an accident, that it could be a little bit longer of a delay. One thing that we really want keep you guys informed about is the speed limits. Not only do we want to keep you guys safe as things are changing, we want to keep the workers safe that are out there. Because there's no reason that an extra 5 miles an hour is worth somebody's life. So we want to make sure that we watch out for people. Make sure you read the signs as you go through things. As things may shift, they're not going to happen very often, but just make sure you're aware of those things. And then finally, construction updates. You can sign up at the website at I-25-university.com. We have a Facebook page and a Twitter. If you sign up at I-25university.com, you can actually get an email every Friday that shows you what's going to come up for the next week as far as construction activity and potential detours. So those are good things that you can look out for. And then finally, what we're going to do tonight is, for any additional questions, I know you guys have already had some, is we want you guys to be heard because we are broadcasting live, not only here, but on TV and Facebook. So if you guys would, I think Patty's got a microphone. State your name and your question. We're also taking questions for those that are watching online at this email address, contact@I25-university.com, or you can call this number, 575-323-0584. And then if you think of something tonight when you get home, you can always go to the website. I know you guys said there was an issue with it, but
Yeah,
we'll
we'll be
get that
checking with
fixed.
the webmaster. Okay, who has a question? Do you feel like coming up? Don't you want to be captured on film?
Very simple question.
That's okay. If you tell us your name.
I'm Rosemary Sanchez. You mentioned the artwork, the panels that are being built. Are they being built in Las Cruces?
The panels themselves are not being built in Las Cruces. They are being manufactured and cast in, I think it's Belen, at a plant that's called Castillo Precast. And so they're one of the precast manufacturers that's, I think, the only one that's approved in New Mexico. And so they're building not only the MSC wall panels, but the bridge girders as well.
Anybody else?
And the artist is local. She is from Las Cruces.
Is that Colette Lloyd?
Yes.
Thank you. Tell us your name.
My name is Karen Pettis. I just had a question. I know the answer to it, but I'll bet a bunch of other people don't.
Uh-oh.
Can you explain to us what the mess is on University right now? Because that's not part of the I-25, but for those of us that live east of Telshore and have to navigate that every morning, it's really inconvenient. So if you could tell us what that's about and if you are aware of what the schedule is going to be.
So we
for that
are
to be completed.
aware of that project, and that is a project that is being done by New Mexico State University. It is for the Aggie Uptown development, and I don't know the exact specifics on that, but I know they're installing utilities on University to the east of Los Alturas. We have been coordinating with them, especially for traffic control, because we don't want conflicting things. And I don't know their schedule exactly, but hopefully soon.
The other thing you may have seen is on I-25, outside the project today, there was a lane closure, and you may have seen a big structure being installed. That is for a new electronic message board, one of two, that will be able to tell you distances, correct?
It'll be able to tell you traffic alert information, so if there's a lane closure, an accident ahead, of course, we have our lovely dust message that we do run around here. So that's going to be put on there as well for the people who don't know how to drive in dust. But it's just more information, so if there is an accident, let's say at US 70, and you're going northbound, you'll be able to see, hey, accident ahead, you know, which lane you should move into, and same thing for southbound if there's an accident on the other side. It's going to be a real-time information for the travelers.
Who else? Anybody? You guys are too quiet. Come on. Well, we really appreciate your patience for coming out. And these are cool. They'll be on the website as of tomorrow. I had one do, and we forgot to have him use his turn signal, and I got called on it. But these, I think, are okay. We didn't have anybody not use
We're
them.
in Las Cruces. We don't use those.
Oh, okay. Okay, we'll be having another meeting the first Thursday of March. We'll check out the website because we have been getting questions, but I'm not sure what the issue is, but we'll make sure that it's accessible. You can always call us, and we do send out the updates every week, and I will tell you, you're currently the state record holder for number of updates. We're over 1,000 for this project every week. So please push it on. The more the better. Anybody else? Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate it.